Welcome to Mystika Mornings, the spiritual podcast that will guide you on a journey of inner transformation and discovering your soul self. I'm McKeely, your host and Mystika mentor. If you are ready to begin living a radically authentic life and break free from your cocoon, grab your favorite beverage, light some incense, get comfy, and let's dive in together. Good morning, beautiful soul. It is such a gorgeous day here in North Carolina. We had lots of rain for lots of days. And now it's so warm and sunny, and the plants outside are thriving. And spring is just, it's such a magical time. Just watching everything go from this lifeless, dull environment to just teeming with life. The leaves are on the trees, the flowers have bloomed, the grass is growing. Oh my goodness, the birds and the squirrels, even the spiders are running rampant. And I'm just so grateful. And I'm so grateful for where I live and all of the nature that I can literally stand in my kitchen and watch outside. And today, I wanted to talk about how you can find magic in the mundane, right? I do this every single day. And a lot of these things that I'll talk about, I do every day. And it's just amazing how much things that you're already doing, but once you change your perspective a bit, it makes you see it with such new light. So, grab your beverage. I have my lavender honey oat milk latte. Iced, of course. I have that here. I sprinkled some cinnamon in it. So good. So good. And I actually want to start talking about ways that you can incorporate magic into the mundane with our coffee, right? And if you don't drink coffee, think about what you drink in the morning, whether it's coffee, cacao, a big old glass of water, maybe it's tea, whatever your morning beverage is. I would say most of us probably have at least a little morning ritual where we get up, we go to the kitchen, we make our coffee or beverage. But let's take that one step further. I've been doing this, I don't even know, probably a couple of years at this point, where you can speak your intentions or even think it in your mind's eye. But setting your intention with your coffee, with your tea, with your water. And so, for example, this morning, I made my coffee and I just held it in my hands and looked down into the cup. And I just said that my intention for today is to connect deeply with my kids and have a very fun day, a day to remember with my kids, and to find an abundance of joy. And I set that intention, and I always like to go a step further just to make it even more magical and visualize kind of like this fairy dust or sparkles or light, whatever resonates with you. And I just visualize my words coming out of my mouth as this sparkling dust and going into the coffee, and I stir my coffee clockwise to really integrate my intention into my coffee. And as I'm sipping on it this morning, I am just embodying the feeling of connectedness and joy and that is just a very simple way that you could find magic in something that you do every single day. Even if you go to a coffee shop and get coffee, still speaking your intentions. Every time you make a cup of water, a glass of water, programming your water, infusing your water with your intention, and as you're drinking it, feeling that intention coming into your body. Now, another thing that most of us do every single day is taking a shower or a bath, right? And I started doing this when I still had the soap and candle shop, and I would just get in the shower, and as I'm washing myself with the soap, I'm just visualizing all of the stress, all of the negativity from the day or the day before, just washing away and seeing it rinse off of my body with the suds and go down the drain and out of my home. And again, we're already taking showers. You're not adding anything extra to your day. You're just simply adding a component of magic through the visualization, through feeling the negativity wash off of your body. Water in general is just so cleansing. So anytime you maybe go to a river or you go swimming in a lake or even in a pool, just really visualizing the water purifying and releasing all of this negative energy from you. Now, another one that we probably do pretty regularly, I have to do it every day with hardwood floors, but when you sweep your home, when you mop your home, when you vacuum your home, taking it a step further and visualizing you sweeping or mopping or vacuuming the negativity away, removing the stagnant energy in your home. And all you have to do is visualize, or even just think it in your mind's eye. Feel it moving and leaving your home. Now, let's go a little bit deeper and find some ways that we can start incorporating magic by adding a couple of things. Maybe you are like me and you have a ton of plants. By speaking to your plants, now this one is actually like scientifically proven. My grandpa, he's a farmer, he has greenhouses, and ever since I can remember, he's always had a radio in his greenhouses, and even when he's not out there working in the greenhouse, he leaves the radio playing. And I remember, this was like 10, 15 years ago, I was like, why do you leave the radio on when you leave? Like, shouldn't you turn the radio off? And he was like, I do it to sing to the plants because the plants like it. It helps them grow healthier. And I was like, okay, that's a little weird. I don't know if that, like, plants don't have ears, but now I just feel that so deeply. I'm looking right now at this beautiful bouquet that I got for Mother's Day. And Mother's Day was a week and a half ago. Usually the bouquet of flowers, they don't last, but a good week and a half, and they're done for. And I have just been pouring my love into this bouquet, telling these flowers how beautiful they are, how wonderful they are, and how special they are to me. And not a single one has started wilting. Not a single one has started turning brown and dying, even though they've been sitting in this vase of water for a week and a half. And just speaking to these flowers, they are energetically receiving that energy. And with my houseplants, speaking into those, letting them know how much I love them and how gorgeous they are and how happy they make me to be here, to be purifying my air, to be bringing me just such joy. And so as I water my plants, or as I'm in the kitchen making my coffee in the mornings, just admiring the beauty of my plants, I always like to acknowledge them. And just, even if it's something as simple as, "Good morning, gorgeous. You're looking beautiful today." Can you imagine how good you would feel if your partner got up every morning and brought you a pre-made coffee that he made or she made and just said, "Good morning, beautiful. You're looking gorgeous today"? Do you know how good that would make us feel? And the plants, it makes them feel that same way. It makes them feel good. And it's just beautiful. And like I said, there is so much science to back up, like speaking positively to plants and playing music for your plants. But let's keep going. Another thing that you can do to find magic in the mundane is just to go outside. Go outside. Sit on your porch or your balcony. Go stand on the earth and feel that energy. When you go stand barefoot on Mama Earth, if you pay attention to the sensations in your body, I feel all of the negative ions just leaving through the soles of my feet and being absorbed by the ground. And it's such a beautiful recharge, right? When my battery is draining, I go out and sit or walk barefoot on the earth, and it replenishes me. It gives me energy. It helps regulate myself. And while you're outside on the earth or just sitting and enjoying the greenery and the nature, just observe. I have learned some of my greatest lessons by simply watching the squirrels and the birds, by simply staring at the trees and watching how they move in the wind. Because nature is our greatest teacher. And when we can return to nature and get in nature and see nature, it teaches us everything we need to know. Just like how nature goes through these 4 seasons, it goes through these cycles, so do we. Especially if you're a woman, we have quote unquote 4 seasons in our cycle every month. And there's so many synchronicities when you just open your heart, open your mind, and just allow nature to be your teacher. So I hope that one of these, or multiple, or all of these, inspired you to really find magic in your day-to-day life. Because finding magic doesn't have to be this big, elaborate quest. It doesn't have to be an hour-long meditation. It doesn't have to be, doing a ceremony or journaling for 20 minutes. You don't have to do all of these audacious tasks, activities to find magic. There's magic all around us. I guarantee you, if you stood up right now and did a 360, very slowly, very intentionally, you would learn something right now. You just have to be open to receiving it. So let's do a quick card pull for this week and how we can really find magic in the mundane. What our spirit guides want to communicate collectively about finding magic in the mundane. Okay. Ooh, all right. So we collectively got the lizard spirit. And the lizard spirit, its message is to dream the world into being. So, when was the last time that you basked in the sun and allowed yourself to daydream? To imagine what it might be and who you might become. Lizard spirit appears when you are called to let your imagination flow and dream something new. Inspiration is available to you now if you're willing to slow down and let your eyes close a little, allowing ideas to dance in your head. What might come into being if you were to pursue your dream? How might you grow and expand if you allowed yourself to dare to believe in the impossible? Making it possible first in your mind, in your dreaming mind, and then in the world as you co-create with spirit. Give in to the power of imagination, and soon your dream will become clearer. The steps will reveal themselves, and what was ephemeral will begin to coalesce into form. Dream it and be it. Spirit asks you to dare to dream big. And I love this, the imagination, the dreaming, because first of all, that is so whimsical, so on point with the vibe of this morning. But also all of these things that I mentioned in this episode really involves the imagination, right? Visualizing the fairy dust, the sparkly, the light going into your beverage, right? Even when you're speaking to your plants, imagining them speaking back to you, like having conversations with your plants, with the trees outside, is so magical. And it's so easy to do that, to find magic through the imagination, through the daydreaming, to lay out a blanket and just watch the clouds float by. Oh, I love that so much. And I really hope that this inspired you to just be playful, to just have fun with life, to stop taking life so seriously. In society today, it's so like, this is what you do. You get up, you go to work, you come home, you cook dinner, you put the kids to bed, you go to bed and do it all again. But like, life doesn't have to be that way. We can make life whatever we want. If you want to live in this fairy tale romanticized life, you can do that. You create your own reality. So, I love this. I would love to hear from you if you have a different way that you create magic in the mundane and the day-to-day. Please DM me on Instagram and let me know at Mystika Monarch. All of those will be, the social media will be linked in the show notes. And if one of these really stuck out to you and you're going to commit to trying this for the next week, then message me and let me know that too, because I would love to hear from you and see what really sparked from this conversation this morning. So, until next time, I hope you have an amazing week, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for joining me for another Mystika morning. I hope something in today's episode really resonated and created a spark inside you. I cannot wait to chat again soon, but in the meantime, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Mystika Monarch and join the community in our private Facebook group, Discover Your Soul Self. Have a mystical day.